So hi everyone. As Joanna did a great job in introducing me, I'm a PhD student in my last year. I work in the School of Cardiovascular and Metabolic Health at the University of Glasgow, and today I wish to speak about a very important aspect during your PhD, which is mental resilience, mental strength, and the role of physical health, and how can physical health helps you in achieving this mental state of mental strength, to achieve this resilience, to help you overcome these obstacles that you will face potentially in your PhD. So as you know, all of you know, perhaps you hear it if you didn't start PhD yet, the PhD is associated with stress, is associated with anxiety about the future, depression about what you got, some of the results that didn't work for you. It will disturb your work-life balance. Basically, you'll feel sometimes you have to work long hours. You won't have some time for activities that you love, that you enjoy. You won't have some time to spend with your family because of the demands of the PhD. At some points you will feel that you reached a state of burnout because you overworked. It's a generally demanding program, demanding endeavor that requires mental fortitude to kind of cope with it, to kind of overcome and achieve your PhD. Now, as it really I really like this statement, which says that the PhD will test your endurance, resilience, and mental fortitude to the core. And this is why less people are deliberately willing to take this path. I mean, obviously, it's a hard endeavor. It's not for everyone. So what you want from this is you want mental strength, because mental strength is going to help you overcome all of these feelings, these emotions that I've just mentioned. So I can't think of a better example than the Spartans in getting you the idea of physical fitness and how it's going to help you in your endeavors in the PhD, and how it's going to build this mental fortitude in you. So the Spartans were ancient warriors. They were legendary warriors. They were known for their physical prowess. They were known for their mental prowess also. At the age of 7, the Spartans, as children, they were taken to a place called the Agoge, or the Agoge, depending on how you like to pronounce it. So the Agoge is a system of training, of physical training, which goes something like this. Through the discipline of physical training, we fortify both the body and the mind, forging a path to triumph in our battles. So what the Spartans done in the Agoge, what they used to train their children, and even the adults until the age of 60, is basically they were doing running exercises, wrestling, calisthenics, weightlifting, climbing, heavy loading. They were on strict diet, and even they were thrown in the nature with only a spear and asked to survive in this harsh, cold, or hot weather, or like challenging natural circumstances. And what this installed in them is, it installed in them a state of mental strength, a state of doing what they ought to do regardless of any circumstances that they face. And that's why after 2,400 years, we know that the Spartans were literally legendary warrior. They were warrior race. They weren't afraid of anything, basically. So they have this mental strength that we want to seek in the PhD to help us overcome these emotions and succeed in it, basically. And as I said, 2,400 years later, we know science tells us that there's something called body-mind connection, which basically goes something like this: whatever you put in your body, you put in your mind, and vice versa. So exercise does not have basically just physical benefit, it has mental benefits too. From the physical benefits and the general ones is improved cardiovascular health. Basically, if you engage in cardio exercises, it increases your muscle strength and bone density, especially if you engage in weightlifting. It enhances your physical endurance, and most importantly, it decreases the risk of chronic diseases. Science have over and over showed that exercise is very important for your physical well-being. And for the mental well-being, exercise does actually reduce cortisol in your blood, which is a stress hormone, but especially when you finish the workout, and it has a long-lasting effect after the workout. You'll feel less stress during your day if you did your exercise, and it does elevate your mood. It does increases your serotonin, dopamine, endorphins in your blood, which are really associated with happiness and good mood. And I can tell you that 100% of the time, after you go back, you finish your gym workout, you feel like you're the king of the world. You will feel this boost, this positive energy, which will help you during the rest of your day to kind of approach it with a positive and cheerful demeanor and your day. It also, science tells us that it improves cognitive function. So these are all things that you will require during your PhD. Right? Sorry, this is not transferring. Yeah. So just to tell you a bit of my routine and the personal experience that I have got from the gym. So I've been in the gym for about 5 years, and I have engaged more in weightlifting rather than cardio exercises. I sometimes include cardio exercises in my second workout. And I have adopted this routine, which perhaps will work for you too. That's the ultimate aim of kind of trying different routines. But what I came up and end up with is this is the best routine that worked up for me. Is I wake up usually at 4:30 in the morning. I know it's very early for all people, but I usually hit the gym at 5 a.m. And then after 2 hours of training, I go back. I have my breakfast. I schedule the something like for the day. I schedule the tasks. I schedule send emails if I have especially busy day, engaging with the animal unit basically upstairs in the institute that I work in. So I can't respond to emails or send emails. So I schedule send them. I kind of visualize my day ahead, prepare and plan my day ahead. And then at 9, I'm usually in the lab. And then I go back home. And at 6, I usually, sometimes depending, I have a part-time job. So I will either do a part-time job. Sometimes I'm free, I don't have any work. So I go for a second workout. I'm in the process of writing my second book. So I use kind of this free time to write my book. And my bedtime is usually 9:30, sometimes to the extreme 10:30. But around this time, I'm usually in bed. I go to sleep. So if you ask me practically, what will I gain from this really this routine and the physical training that I get? So first of all, you'll get boosted motivation. Obviously, when you see physical changes in your body, especially if you have been doing it consistently for 3-4 months or something like that, if you saw physical changes on the level of your body, it's just a manifestation of the effort that you did. You will have more motivation to do other stuff in the PhD that you wouldn't likely approach. And also this will be reflected on your self-confidence because you will tackle the challenges in the PhD in a more confident way, if you get my point. And contrary to the common belief that when you go to the gym, you actually your energy levels decrease because you've put in some energy in the gym. This is exactly the opposite. If for the people who goes to the gym, and they have been consistently doing it, they know that the gym actually increases their energy levels rather than decrease them. And that's why I usually do it in the morning, because I'll have more energy throughout the day to do my day. Of course, it will help you manage the stress. As we said, it decreases your cortisol level, along with really different physiological effects of physical exercises. It will help you. It will put you in this state of tranquility, where stress isn't really common or relevant in your life. You just discard that from your life and or throw that away. And I use this word exactly, perhaps you'll know why, in the end of my presentation. It will enhance your resilience, evidently. It will enhance your abilities to face the setbacks and bounce back from the setbacks in the lab, because you will find them inevitably in the lab. And scheduling gym sessions, even if you're busy during your PhD, will help you improve your time management. Along the PhD itself is a great mentor in helping you improving your time management, but the scheduling the gym sessions, squeezing it in, will definitely add to that. You will have improved work-life balance, especially if you have a routine. A routine is a very important part in the PhD. Sometimes it's not even mentioned, but having a daily routine during your PhD, during your life in general, will really help you structure your day so that you can do each task on time, and generally stick to it, not just have a routine. Stick to it and do whatever in your routine, in your schedule. Improve sleep quality. This also comes back to the routine. When you have a structured day and you've done all what you have to do during the day, you'll go back home and you'll go in your bedtime if you do that consistently, this will enhance and improve your circadian rhythm. And the results, perhaps some people won't believe that, but even after 10 days, you won't require any alarm to wake you up at 4:30 or 5:30 or whatever time you wish to wake up, because your body will get used to that. And not just the timing, the quality of sleep itself becomes very good. So that's one aspect that you will feel improved if you engage in physical exercises. Improve problem solving, of course. Networking is a very important aspect of the gym too, because in the gym you will meet many people, especially if you join fitness classes. You will meet many people, and some will be colleagues, researchers, some will be professionals, even at the level of CEOs. I mean, I know some CEOs of really big companies here in Glasgow. They come to the gym at 5 in the morning, and that's an integral part of their routine too. And also long-term health, of course, as we said, it decreases your risk of long-term diseases, so that's very important too. And perhaps, in my opinion, one of the best benefits that you will get from just simply engaging in physical exercises is enhanced self-discipline. And I don't mean that in the way Plato mentioned it in his book, The Republic, which is basically the interaction between spirit, desire. I'm talking here in the context of the gym and in the context of the PhD. Here, you'll do what you have to do regardless of any circumstances. Feeling does not matter here. I have to go to the gym. I'll go to the gym regardless of how I feel. I have to do this experiment. I'll do it regardless of what. I have to go in the weekend and work in the weekend so that I can have a more time during next week to do these experiments. I'll do them. I'll need to. Here, feelings does not matter. You will. I'm keeping getting. Right, because I'm a co-host, I'm keep getting requests for people coming in. So here, feelings does not matter. Here, what matters is what kind of tasks you execute and are you executing them on time or not. So the discipline, the self-discipline, is the most important aspect that you will get from engaging in physical exercises. Okay, so just some practical advice in the summary: the gym can have enormous physical benefits, which translates to mental benefits and therefore enhances your performance in the PhD. What I would say is squeeze in workouts, even if you're busy. Try to go for like half an hour, for 1 hour, do some cardio, light cardio, some weightlifting, have an organized workout plan that works for you very well, and depending on your goals and needs. Create this routine, right, to fit these goals and needs. Perhaps you would go to the gym just to improve your mental state. Perhaps you want to go to the gym to engage in weightlifting to improve your overall physique. Perhaps you want to lose some weight. Define your goal and then go for it using the gym. And it's very important to find a work buddy that goes with you, because he will motivate you, or she, or whatever they identify as. They will motivate you to go to the gym. Sometimes you don't want to go to the gym. They will text you like, well, yeah, let's go to the gym. Right, let's go. And also join fitness classes, because you'll meet new people, as I said, and they will be your potential workout buddy. Now, it's very important to set realistic goals. I mean, you're not going to be Arnold, or you're not going to be the world Mr. Olympia or something like that in 2 months, 1 year. This is a lifetime goal to do. So set realistic goals. During the first 3 months, I want to achieve this. If you did not, and you genuinely know that you put it your effort, that's fine. But celebrate your progress along the way, and only compare yourself to yourself. Don't look at other people at the gym and seeing how they appeared, or like the progress that they made is basically sometimes better than you, but compare yourself to yourself, knowing that you gave all you have. And also, when you achieve this goal, go on a new goal. Don't stay on this. Go on a new goal. Always strive for better. And it's very important to do it safely. Right? Don't engage in weightlifting where you can't weight, or just kind of what they call the ego lifting. Do it safely, and listen always to your body, what your body says. So I encourage you here is to go for a 90-day challenge as the Spartans Fitness Club for a 90-day challenge. Try to test, see what happens with you in the gym. Go there, train, and see how will this affect your mental well-being. And finally, and perhaps it's I can't give an induction and not talk about philosophy, and we can't basically talk about the positive mindset, the mental fortitude without talking about philosophy. Now, a source of inspiration for me, a guy, a king, a philosopher king, perhaps he's the only philosopher king that the world has ever known, a guy called Marcus Aurelius. So Marcus Aurelius was effectively the leader of the Roman Empire at the larger scale. He was, at that time, the Roman Empire was the biggest empire the world has ever known. And Marcus Aurelius effectively was the ruler of this Roman Empire who was running it. Marcus Aurelius was not just a king or an emperor, he was a philosopher. Okay, he's a pioneer of Stoicism. He's one of these people who developed the philosophy of Stoicism. And he created, perhaps before I say he created, why I mentioned this man, see the idea of saying this, he's a great man, he's just a great man, it's a rather vague idea, but perhaps there's no person who's more deserving than Marcus Aurelius. That's in my opinion, and perhaps in many historians' opinions. Marcus Aurelius created a book. Well, it's actually a journal. It's not a book. It's his own thoughts on human condition. And it's his private journal, right? And then it was later published as a book. The aim of this was not intended to be published. The aim of this was Marcus Aurelius guiding himself throughout being an emperor, facing plagues, facing wars, all of these things, guiding himself in his private thoughts. And after that, this book was published to the audience, and it's been a source of inspiration for many leaders across time. This book discusses the nature of human condition, how to deal with adversities, how to have this mental fortitude, and it has some philosophical ideas which are very nice. And I'd like to mention one of them, which is the idea of the dichotomy of control, is recognizing what's within your control and what's outside your control. So, for example, you can't control the weather, you can't control the actions of other people. In the context of your PhD, you can't control if you will get funding from this funder or not. You can't control if the results aligns well with your theory, if you get the results that you want. There's one thing, and one thing only, that you can control, is that is you, yourself. So, and your actions, how you would respond to these events. And if you recognize what's within your control and what's outside your control, you will focus on what's within your control. And then what you do is you will do it even much better, because all of this energy will be focused on the things that within your control. You'll be more calm, you'll be focused on this thing, and then you will do much better in it, and not basically just forget about the things that you can control, which effectively will mean that you will forget about depression, forget about anxiety, forget about stress, forget about fear. These things don't matter anymore. What matters is, what should I do about it? That's what matters. And as Marcus Aurelius, I really like this quote from Marcus Aurelius's book 9. He says, "Today I escaped from bothering circumstances." And what he means by bothering circumstances is challenging situations, depression, anxiety, stress, all of these things. And then he says, wait, no, or rather, I threw them away, because it's within me and my own perceptions, not outside. It's within me, all of these things. So finally, I would just like you to, along the gym, to read Marcus Aurelius. It's really every time I have a thought of depression, a thought of anxiety, I kind of fear from the future, what will happen. I look at Marcus Aurelius, and a second later, all these thoughts goes away, right? Because if Marcus Aurelius can do it, everyone can do it. So I encourage you to read Marcus Aurelius's book, Meditations. It's an amazing book that you will get so much benefit from. And finally, I wish you the best in your PhD, in this endeavor. It's not going to be an easy path, but you're strong, you can do it. And thank you very much for this.